All right, so I moved my setup around a bit, so it might look a little different. Maybe, maybe not. Lens distortion might just be changing a couple things here and there, but it should all be fine. Anyways, onwards to Ballerina, a John Wick spinoff.
And what, may I ask, is your name?
I gotta say, they couldn't have picked a more perfect song for the trailer. I mean, Tiny Dancer by Elton John. It was amazing. But this movie unfortunately just does not live up to the hype that the trailer set for us. We follow Eve McCarroll, portrayed by Ana de Armas, who is currently on a mission to avenge her father. At a young age, her father was killed by a group of people with an X mark on their body, thus leaving her orphaned. But luckily, Winston finds her and places her in the home that John Wick once grew up in. And as Eve McCarroll grows, she learns the way of being a ballerina and being a total fucking badass assassin, and even managing to obtain a little bit of advice from John Wick himself. Now that she's trained and ready and has already performed some ops for the director, she goes after the people who killed her father. Does she manage to kill them all before they kill her? I guess you're gonna have to find out. If there's one thing that's very clear about this movie, is that Ana de Armas put in the fucking work to deliver her performance in this movie. All the videos online showing Ana de Armas and the stunt team preparing for this film, amazing. I mean, she already proved herself with the emotions from Knives Out, and then she fucking doubles up on that with the action in the fucking No Time to Die movie. Of course, everyone going into this movie already knows that the action's gonna be top notch. I mean, come on. John Wick 1 through 4 have just consistently fucking topped each other. So taking a spin and focusing on a younger assassin who is a woman, this opens a whole new world for us to explore. I really love that they don't shy away from the fact that Ana de Armas is a small woman and she's always going to be at a disadvantage from other trained men. Anyone who trains in MMA, martial arts, boxing, anything physical understands this very well. It's just real life. So her character is forced to be creative in how she wins her battles, and it is a whole lot of fun. She makes mistakes, she gets hit, she forgets to double tap and make sure that her enemy is dead for reals dead. Eve McCarroll has so much to learn and figure out. When you're comparing her to John Wick, the man is just fucking steady. He is calm. He's got his shit figured out. He always makes sure whoever he's fucking fighting is dead for reals. This is where I think they could have had a lot more fun creatively with the camera. I mean, they could have had it just a bit more shaky, not so calm and still like John Wick is. A little bit of shaky cam, not too much where we can't see the action, but just a little so that we can see the difference between her and John. You know, John's calculated. He's a fucking killer. He's the Baba Yaga. All the while, Eve McCarroll is only in like her mid-20s, still trying to get a handle on everything, you know? So the action is great, the performances are solid, and it has a very basic, simple plot that we can follow, very much reminiscent of the first film. So what's the main issue here? It's the story. This shit needed to like go through a couple more drafts. Oh my goodness. It has just way too much going on, and I can tell that they were trying very hard to not make this movie seem like a copy and paste of one of the John Wick movies, but holy shit, they needed to like either simplify this down or spend more time developing certain plot points. I mean, Daryl Dixon or Sam Porter Bridges, however you know him, is in this movie for like maybe 2-3 minutes tops, and that's that. I get it, it's not his movie, but his story is pivotal to Eve McCarroll's, and it is very reflective to her past. This is something that the writer and director could have honed in on more to have more character development, to have more of an emotional impact by the end. But instead, this movie is just kind of rushing. It doesn't take any time to develop Norman Reedus' character. Not that we really needed much from him, I just think he should have been included more in the movie. Like I said, what we learned about his character is very much a reflection of Eve McCarroll's past. So it only makes sense for them to, you know, maybe work together. Minor spoiler. It's already established that within this world, there's just a whole bunch of ridiculous shit happening, and you just gotta roll with it. But with this movie, I guess somehow Ana de Armas can hold a door against a fucking grenade. There's also a scene where she shoves a grenade in like a guy's mouth or on his neck, and it explodes and somehow just doesn't hit her at all, even though That shit definitely should have hit her somehow or some way. And as fun as that third act was, there are definitely some issues here. First off, the inclusion of John Wick in this movie should have just stayed as a simple little cameo or just one straightforward simple scene of them talking and that's it. But not to spoil the movie, he's actually in this movie a little more than I wanted. I mean, I'm always up to seeing Keanu Reeves kick some fucking ass, but he just didn't belong here. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make sense, especially since this takes place between 3 and 4. I'm just like, huh? Or is it 2 and 3? I don't fucking know, and it doesn't really matter. And someone must have hired Zack Snyder to work on the fucking flamethrower scenes because there is just so many goddamn slow-mos. Why the fuck are there so many slow-mos of people getting burned? I didn't want to see any more of it. I had fun with it for maybe the first or second time, but holy shit, every single other scene of Ana de Armas using this fucking flamethrower is just slow-mo because look how cool it is of burning someone. We didn't need that, and holy shit, did it just ruin the pacing for me. I mean, come on, let's get back to the fucking action. By the end of this movie, I just didn't find myself all that invested in Eve McCarroll's revenge. It wasn't enticing enough. The villain was boring as hell and didn't really do anything to make me, the audience, the viewer, make me want to like wish him to be killed. I mentioned earlier that there's a lot going on within this story, and when we reach certain points and things are revealed to us, my god, they are just short-lived. Things that really could have had more emotional weight just gets tossed out the fucking window because whatever, I guess. The twist, while potentially fun, wasn't all that interesting, and they didn't use it to help develop Eve McCarroll's motivations. There are just so many missed opportunities to make Eve McCarroll a more relatable, understandable, and allow audiences to empathize with her. But the writer and director, they never do anything like that at all. John Wick's driving force was his wife, his dog, and his desire to just leave the assassin life, but people just keep pulling him back in. Each of these villains, while kind of comical, had greater presence compared to Eve McCarroll's main antagonist, who's just some old guy that does nothing for almost the majority of this movie other than just tell people to do shit for him. There's a revelation with a character within the third act of this film that probably could have made this movie a whole lot better if they focused on her more. If they just made her the main villain of this movie and the twist is revealed to us at the end and they still fight because they disagree on things, that would have been something. I don't want to make this movie seem like it's complete trash because it's not. It's competently made. The action scenes are awesome. Keanu Reeves returns as John Wick. That's always going to be a win. It's just the story. The story is the weakest part of this movie. Now, I know what you're saying. No one goes into a John Wick movie expecting some grandiose story. You know, nothing like A24. But for a movie like Ballerina, the story is kind of pivotal to everything that's going on, especially for all of the twists and turns that occur in this film. Beyond all the negatives I've listed here, you can still have a fun time with this movie. It may not reach the heights that the John Wick franchise has established, but I'd say Ballerina is still a solid entry into the franchise. All right, that's enough of me. I'll catch you guys next time.
I say I got him calling Jesus. God, please help me doing dirt plus the weed lit. I'm flying in a G6. Flying in the flyers, no wires, so that heat spit. Like bang, check me out, nigga, he's sick. Hey, y'all be trashing it. If I ain't rapping, I'm clapping. I see the girls and they love me. No spinning that paper stacking. Take it down just like ugly. Trust me, that's automatic. And we backing them husky. You want it, then you can have it. Hold up.